Hello Earth signs, welcome and I'm Trace and I'm bringing you your week ahead's focus, your possible challenges and your blessings for the week. I'm starting with Taurus, then I'll go to Virgo and I'll go to Capricorn. Just remember this is a general reading, so please take what you need and we'll get going from there. So I'm going to start with tea leaf cards. I'm going to be doing 3 cards and I'm going to be just doing a little bit of a reading around it and channeling a message into you. Just to let you know, I love to bring in what the moon energy is. The moon is Cancer to start the week off, and we have a new moon in Cancer, which gives you that beautiful family, home, working from the heart center type of energy, starting with your little circle, your little heart circle, and then moving out to whatever is next and whatever is next. And as we go, we move on to a Leo moon, then we go into a Virgo moon, and then we end off the week in a Libra moon. So I'll give you that advice as we go. So let's do your 3 cards, Taurus. There's your 3 cards for the week. That is your focus. This is your possible challenges and what you should be working on. And then let's do your blessings for the week. Okay, so, right, I'm going to bring in your tarot cards here. Taurus, let's see what's coming in for the week for you. What should you focus on? What is your goal for the week? And then your next card will be what will be building up? What needs some kind of attention? Maybe a challenge, possible challenges. Not always comes out as a challenge. What area of your life which should you be concentrating on? Oopsie, let me just put you on pause. Sorry about that. I was shuffling and they were all flicking over. So your second card will be what needs attention. What should you be working on this week and what area of your life would that be? And that will be your middle card. And then we are working on Taurus energy for what is your blessing, your earth sign blessing. What is coming in? What is that you don't see coming this end of this week? So Taurus, what don't you see coming? What is a possible blessing for you by the end of the week? Okay, so let's do a little cut the deck there. So that's your first card, your second card, and your third card. Ah, awesome. So your first card, you've got the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is coming in as your focus for the week, right? It's saying to you that perhaps your goal this week should be understanding and aligning with this Cancer moon to see what you need to be aligning with. So figure out what is it that you can drop off on top of the mountain instead of carrying all this weight. And Wands is carrying, your 10 of Wands is carrying all this weight. It's years and years of childhood memories, childhood heartbreaks, relationship heartbreaks, people that have let you down along the way, maybe you're disappointed in yourself along the way. This is a really burdening card. It's a card to say to you at the end of a cycle. Tens are always at the end of a cycle. It's completing. So this is a recycled end for you. This is to say that, you know what, you need to get to a stage of your life when you say to yourself, this is enough now. I'm dropping this off. I'm not carrying this with me any longer. Let's see what your tea leaf advice is. And you've got wind chimes, peace and harmony. Love, love, love this for you, Taurus, because this is saying to me that you are actually on board here. You're actually on board with this energy. Maybe you have unexpected people's behavior coming along the way and annoying you, but you aren't going to take that on. You're going to drop that off and you're going to leave that behind because it's too heavy to carry anymore. And with the new moon coming in, I think that's great to start again with you because you want peace and harmony. That's what you want. You want that grounded energy, Taurus. And then to the middle of the week, we've got the Leo moon, which is listening to your heart a bit more. And then we've got the Virgo moon, which is improving your schedules, and just ticking off the list in a different way. And it's an energy of getting to the list that can be tackled the way you want it to be, the way that your heart center wants it to be. And then if you have to work with others, you are strong because you can collaborate with them. You don't have to take on all of that nonsense. And I say this because look at your beautiful challenge card. Now, this is a possible challenge, but what you need to work on is finding a way to now open the new doors because now you're ending the cycle. The Ace of Wands, you've gone from the 10 of Wands to the Ace of Wands. So Spirit is giving you a new cycle now. Look at this lovely fire energy in her brain, in her mind. She's initiating this. It's that focusing on what you need to build up now, what it needs attention. What needs attention is you need to understand that whatever's coming into your life wants to help you and help you to press go to start. This Ace of Wands is a whole new mindset. It's a new mental energy. It's a new way to put your foot forward, and it's a physical energy for you to go, you know what, there's so many opportunities coming your way. Use this time, this week, to discipline yourself, to prioritize peace and harmony. And that is because you are opening new doors because you've let old ones go. So what does it pertain to? Which part of your life? Your career. I love that. So this is telling me that in your career, you are trying to exchange all the time. You are trying to improve your schedules. You're trying to perhaps get more knowledge, maybe more customers. It can be a really dog-eat, dog-out world there. And you're trying to catch up on that list. You write a list for the week. You tick off 3, and then perhaps you're taking another 5 steps back again. It's the same kind of energy that was last week, but you are now learning what it is that you can let go because your career helps you to have that exchange. You know you have to work. You know you have to get to a place in your life. And if you've retired and if you've passed your career, it's a space of, okay, I need to find something new now. I can't sit around and watch TV all day. This is a space of you going into, I'm building on this. I'm working on this now because I'm not going to waste my life. Beautiful. And it doesn't have to be a career as such where you have to earn a big income. This could be something that you're starting in order for your mind to let go of the old, in order for you to create new things for you. And then your last card, you've got great good fortune, 4-leaf clover. Now you see what's happening here. Can you see the pattern? And you've got the King of Cups here. Now the King of Cups is so disconnected from all the nonsense around him. There could be heavy seas. There could be all sorts of things happening around him. There could be political drama. There could be all sorts of strong energy happening. But look what he's doing. He's completely connected to himself. And that is the blessing that's happening because you're moving from that to this by the end of the week. Isn't that awesome for you, Taurus? And it feels like there's a lot of illusions stripping away for you, allowing you to actually be more present in the reality and the clarity of what your heart wants. So it's not like you are perhaps not getting to those lists. Perhaps it's just not getting to the lists that don't mean anything for you. Perhaps it's not allowing the people to use you at work. If you are in a big career and all you do is help others, make sure other people's bottom lines are right, and all you're doing is helping them, and you look at your own list of chores at work and you go, oh, where's my recognition? Where am I going here? But I think by the end of the week, you are now looking at this as a blessing to say, you know what, I've expected this. I've done the work. I've looked out for new opportunities. I've had a new mindset change, and I'm getting things done. And this is I'm not going to be a therapist to anybody else. I'm going to nurture them. I'm going to have empathy for them. But this king doesn't get involved. He disconnects from the drama. And that is the energy that drains you, the draining drama energy. He is connected back to his heart center. He is focusing on what makes him tick. And that is your great good fortune. And if you're worried about your career this week, it feels like you're just going to have everything under control. It feels like it's going to be almost like a deep emotional purge for you this week. So that exhaustion and those heavy energies, that maybe even psychic, toxic energy that's been stuck with you is lifted by the end of the week. Isn't that really nice for you, Taurus? Really liking that. I think that helps you to keep stable. This peace and harmony is what you want, boy. That is your stability. That is your biggest stability in life. Let's see what your divine directions card is. And you have communicate with others more freely. Speak up. You have the right to be heard. So this is allowing you to speak your truth and say to them, you know what, I actually don't align with that anymore. That is not what I'm aligned to. And my heart center is aligned to this. Opportunities are coming in for me. I've got the next circle. I'm connecting with my next circle now, and I'm improving my management of time. I'm improving my listening to my heart, and I'm grinding from a different level now. Gosh, Taurus, what an awesome week for you coming up. So let's see how you can go forward with a little positive message here to help you feel a bit more stable. And what have you got? Note to self. Look at this. Love this. Note to self. Prioritize your sleep and your mental health. Thank you very much. That is your good fortune. That is your path forward. And I love that for you, Taurus. Have an excellent week. Hello, Virgo. Welcome in. Let's have a look to see what's happening for you. As I said in the beginning, that's a Cancer moon to start the week off. It's a beautiful new moon, which is helping you to align. So let's see what your tea leaves say. The first one is, what is your focus for the week? What are your possible challenges? And what you need to work on. And then your last card will be your possible blessings for the week. So let's see. Let's bring the tarot cards in just to check in with that energy for Virgo. Right, Virgo, what are Oh, that didn't connect there. Let's get those in there. Virgo. What is Virgo's focus for the week, please? What does Virgo need to focus on for the week? What is the possible energy coming in for the week for Virgo? The second card will be, what are your challenges, if any? What needs building up? What needs attention? What needs work? And then your last card is, what don't you see coming? What possible expected blessings are on the way? Unexpected blessings, I should say. Virgo, what are your expected blessings and what don't you see coming? Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Okay, let's see what's happening. So what your possible energy for the week is? And the Magician. Absolutely. I've got a bestie who's a Virgo, and this is her card, boy. And then you've got the 8 of Cups. And then we have 4 of Wands. What a beautiful week. All right, let's see what your focus is. And you've got Dog, close up. Pleasure with the close friend. Isn't that awesome? So this Magician card, right, it's the first card in the Major Arcana. And this card is to say to you, you've got a new moon coming in this week. What is this all about? It's turning your life into what you need it to be, right? It's being flexible. It's keeping the balance on your path. It's all about your ideas. It's all about your plans. And because it's in Cancer, it starts with your home, with your family. It starts with your circle. It starts with your heart. And then you can concentrate on the next level after that. And this is the close friend. So you have to focus on your close connections this week. And that manifestation, whatever you're turning into gold this week, is about your heart center and where you're coming from and what you can align with, because that's going to set the energy for the next couple of weeks for you. And the Magician card is a very powerful card because you do not realize how much energy you have in your thoughts, in your actions, in your heart. If you're waking up in the morning and you're looking at doom and gloom and you're thinking, oh no, there's going to be so much traffic this morning, it's a Monday, the kids are back at school, the roads are terrible, that's what you're going to get. So it's that simple. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that with life, where you think about something and it happens. Make it positive for you. This is all in your hands. Look at this hands-on connection with the universe, and that's how the universe works. And this close-up dog, pleasure with a close friend, I love that, because that's saying that, when you have those connections, when you have those, it doesn't matter where they are in the world, that connection is always going to be there. And that's what Cancer Moon is all about. It's about your family life and your home and your connections and your relationships. And then the middle of the week, you've got a Leo Moon, which is connecting to that next circle, improving your time management. And Virgo, all about time management, because you are analysis of perfection. So let's see what's coming in for you. You've got Ring. A marriage will take place either romantic or business. Isn't that interesting now? So this is the challenge that's coming through. Now you've got 2 cards about connections. And this marriage, I see that marriage as some kind of a next circle increase in your life. So you could be aligning yourself with manifesting something that you've wanted for a very long time. Let's say you've got a prayer going in your mind and your wishes always going over and over. I really would like to get a new apartment, or I really would like to get that promotion, or I really wanted to start that hobby and turn it into a business. This is what this is. This is taking place, either romantic or business. And if you are in a relationship and you wanted to take it to the next level, this is saying to you, walk away from everything that wasn't aligning with you. The 8 of Cups is the challenge of that, okay? It's come through in your position of what you need to work on. So what you need to work on here in order to make this happen is for you to let go of the emotional attachments to anything that is keeping you dragged behind, which is keeping you exhausted, which is not allowing you to purge your previous methods, routines, allowing you to open up, focus on opening up that channel to what you need in life. And this 8 of Cups is saying to you, even though you've got beautiful burning cups happening in your life, you do feel like there's just something missing. And this is the week for you to have the courage to walk towards something that you can align with, because that is what's happening. There's a romantic or a business or some kind of a marriage happening. And a marriage is a word for alignment and joining, some kind of a situation that's joining for you. It's going to make your heart happier. Isn't that awesome? Now we've actually got the marriage card as your third card. And this is the blessing. But this 4 of Wands also means that you can celebrate something in your life. You celebrate a union. You celebrate getting to a milestone in a birthday. This is a celebration of 2 people coming together. This is home life. This is your beautiful home life celebration. This is about all Cancer energy. So when you go into the week and you are getting things done and you're finding it easier, just celebrate that. Work with others. These strong connections that you have a marriage with could be, as I said, a new business venture. Perhaps you are, as I said, looking for a new home, and everything is just falling into place. It feels like your whole message here is check, 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 check. Everything is falling into place. And let's see what your tea leaver says. Solid foundation, success with effort. Now that's exactly what this whole message is. It's giving you the tick to say, when you alchemize something, when you put something into motion, you let things go, this is when you can celebrate. That is when you've got this the sound ground foundation. You know, when you're building something, you can't start off with soil that looks like sea sand. You've got to put the things into place. And perhaps this close friend is bringing you the union, or bringing you, if you're looking for an apartment, they sometimes come across something in the paper or something online. Sorry, papers don't exist anymore. I'm old school. Something online to say, I saw something online. Perhaps that can align with you. Perhaps there's a door opening for you here, or perhaps this is a celebration for you. So Virgo, everything is about synchronicity this week for you. So as I said, a lot of illusions slipping away. Allowing you to maybe click into the reality, into the clarifying what you need in life, and getting things done kind of a week for you. So yeah, I think this is really nice and balancing for you. Self-discipline kind of week, a nice peaceful week for you. So let's see what your divine directions cards say, Virgo. And it says teach. You have a wonderful gift for working with others. Have you considered teaching? Now that is interesting, because this is saying to you that whatever you have in life, whatever you've been through, whatever you're going through, you could help others. I'm going to draw you another one, Virgo, just to see that specifically for a certain amount of people. And now we have proud. I just want to tell you, my ears are ringing so loud at the moment. Be proud of who you are, where you've been and where you're going. Be proud of who you are, where you've been and where you are going. Awesome message for you, Virgo. A very nice message. So let's have a look at your last little encouragement message and what is coming in for you. And we have, you did nothing wrong by asking to be treated right. Isn't that beautiful? And that's exactly what your magician card is saying. All you want to do in life is to be treated right. You want to be that person that can make your life turn into gold. So celebrate that, be proud of who you are, and know that your success is coming from a solid foundation that you are building with the right connections as you go. Virgo, awesome week ahead. Take care and I'll chat to you soon. Right, Capricorn, let's see what's coming through for you. Let's have a look at your tea leaves. I've got 3 messages that I want to give you today, and let's have a look at your first one. This is what your focus is for the week, and then it will be what your challenge might be. Let's see what area of your life it will be pertaining to. Take one of these green cards, and then your last card will be your possible blessings and how your outcome will be of this week. So let's see what you need to focus on and get your tarot cards, Capricorn. I hope you're doing well. I hope your nice grounded energy is making you feel secure and grounded in life at the moment. We are in a Cancer moon at the moment, which is turning into a lovely new moon, which is happening on the 14th. And that is tuning into your emotions this week, and what can help you figure out what you need to align with, what you need to let go. It's also about being flexible and balancing into your path this week with the Cancer manifestation moon, and then we're moving into a nice Leo moon midweek, and then we're ending off with a Virgo and a Libra moon. So let's see what's happening for you, Capricorn, what you need to focus on, what are your challenges that might be coming through, what you need to work on, and what are your possible blessings for the week. Okay, let's get your cards. Right, what do you need to focus on? You have got 6 of Cups. So you've got control your anger or you will be sorry. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Capricorn. So this is saying to you now, there's all sorts of things that you bring through from what you learn. Okay, emotionally, you've got the 6 of Cups here. This is your focus for the week, and it's how you were brought up. It's how you've learned to cope emotionally. So the 6 of the Cups is always about you having nostalgia or somebody coming back into your life from the past. But this being your focus for the week, Capricorn, is saying to you that perhaps something ugly from the past will rear its head, or something, I'm saying ugly because they control your anger, somebody from the past or a situation where you've learned to cope a specific way emotionally will come up and trigger you, and you don't want to repeat that lesson. You want to be able to do it differently. And in this card, you've got a young boy growing up with his dog, and it's an emotional connection. So this is an emotional connection week for you. As I said to you, Cancer Moon, tune into your emotions so you can align and figure out what it is that you don't need to be triggered by anymore. And this is saying to you, control your anger or you'll be sorry. So this could be you saying something really nasty to someone, or your behavior with your job or your partner. So let's see what else is coming up for you. Your next card is your possible challenges, and you've got Knight of Wands, and let's see what it pertains to. You've got news of a birth or new business opportunity, and you've got marriage. Wow. So those of you out there who are trying to work on relationships, right? Or any kind of relationship to do with a business partner, because a marriage can also be a union with somebody, and this news of a birth or new business opportunity is usually with somebody else, or a new start to something, a Capricorn. So this Knight of Wands as your challenge and what you should be working on is this is also a card of in a negative sense of challenges. It's a card of saying be your own hero, and this could be to do with your control, your anger. It's definitely tied into that. I think when you are trying to be passionate about something, you're trying to get your life going, you're trying to tell a person how you feel about them, but there's always this breakdown, and that could be the challenge that you need to work on. So this could also be, Capricorn, because you are such a determined sign, you've got a lot of ambition, you've got a lot of organization, and things come up for you where you wanting it to be a certain way, how you've learned from the past, how perhaps you've learned how to cope, and then you've got this passion coming in to do the job right, and all of a sudden it becomes too much for you, it becomes exhausting because you're doing so much. Sorry, Capricorn, I had to cough there, and it's just making me feel like you're not speaking your truth. And this Knight of Wands isn't typically about speaking, it's about doing, but you can't always be the hero for everybody else. You have to also just tone it down and challenge yourself into what needs work, and that maybe is your impulsiveness. So this could be that. And I think this has got to do with your anger. But the fact that you've got good news coming for a new business opportunity, just read the small print, go over all contracts. This marriage contract is also to do with contracts, to do with work, when you've got a bond with somebody. So check yourself in that small print. Check yourself and your enthusiasm. I would say definitely be cautious before you jump in with both feet. Okay, and then your end card, which is your, there, thank you, Spirit. So now you're aligning back with yourself, because this is your card. The Queen of Pentacles is the Earth card. You can have a look at her. She is so chuffed where she is in life. She's coping. She's not worried about being dramatic and going in and out of impulsiveness. Let's have a look at your tea leaf card, and you've got pay attention to your health. Oh, goodness me, Capricorn. That's also to say in this section here, this is so interesting, because when you are always busy and always exhausted and perhaps trying to help the whole world and be the hero and be the first responder, what you always are, your health does take a knock. So what Spirit is saying to you is get back to this. And this Queen of Pentacles, she usually is taking care of everyone. But the blessing is, the blessing and the message for you to come in is to also take downtime for yourself. Pay attention to your health. And the Queen of Pentacles does that. She is all round balanced in her job, balanced in her home life. She's sorted out the children. If you're a male, you're sorting out your friends. You sorted out your children as well. You've seen to your career, but you also know how to have that downtime. And that is the big thing with this Queen of Pentacles card. She knows when she needs to nurture herself as well as the whole world. So there's a big week coming up for you here. I'm actually going to draw you another one. So just give you a positive ending, and you've got victory in some endeavor. I thank you, Spirit. I just wanted you to have some kind of a positive ending, and I think that is that. And your bottom card is the King of Swords. And that overall energy is telling you that when you clear your mind and you think clearly and you align with what is good for you, this week is definitely a clarity week. It's a sorting out what's reality and what's clarity. And I think that's going to be your biggest challenge here. And you've got the 10 of Cups next, with this realigning back with your emotional self. So I'm glad there's a positive ending here for you, Capricorn. And please just check with your health. You don't want to be exhausted and not get the rest and not allow yourself to have that downtime. And time management is a big thing this week. With the Leo moon coming in midweek, is about that next cycle of your life, the next circle, starting with yourself and then moving out to the next circle. And that is when you are now grounded and you're back to improve your schedule, back with the Virgo moon that comes in towards the end of the week. And that's when you can understand that you are now victorious, because you've got the blessing of what the lessons you've learned this week, and you've controlled your anger. And then your divine direction card, create your own affirmations. Think of words or phrases that inspire you and write them down. I love that, because now it's forcing you to slow down and not be this hero for the whole world. And then you've got protection. You're not alone. You are being looked after, and your spirit guide by your spirit guides and angels. So this is saying to you that even though you got some challenges this week, you have a lot of connections. You know that you have to sort your health out. You know that you have to rest, and that work-life balance, and that perhaps mental outburst kind of balance comes into big focus this week, because you are protected, and you must just have faith in yourself, have faith in your path. I think that's what that protection is saying, is that you don't have to rush ahead and do everything for everybody. I think that's what this is saying for you, is that you can have downtime, Capricorn. So, and you're not alone. You know, your journey is protected. Right, let's see what's coming in here. You cannot make this stuff up, Capricorn. This is what Spirit has given you as your last little message. Slow down. Life is not a race. That is where the victory is this week. Slow down. Your challenge is that. Just slow down and smell the roses. You can actually see her face here. What is she doing? Eyes are closed and she's taking it all in. That is your advice this week. I would say that is your King card this week, your Queen of Pentacles. Take care, and remember to always, always find your own clarity. Take care, Capricorn.